What's up, everybody? I'm Dominique.
And I'm Brandy, and we are your hosts of
Hey Fave,
a weekly podcast where two best friends get together and talk about everything and nothing at the same time. I'm sorry, I was cracking up before we started. Hey, everybody. Wake up.
I'm up. All our people, I hope you're well. Goodness. Get it together.
I don't know why I'm still laughing. Okay. All right. What we got going on today?
I hear there's something going on with B. Simone right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, so I guess she's a bad friend or something.
Uh-oh.
So, what's happening is on her latest, I don't know if it's her latest podcast episode, she and her friend did an interview, or they did a podcast episode together, her best friend. Mm-hmm. And there was a section in the episode where her friend was telling B. Simone how, she was struggling, financially and family and stuff this past year. Mm-hmm. And that she, kind of felt some type of way because, she saw her best friend, B. Simone, handing out, giving people stuff, money, checks, paying for it. Well, B. Simone said she was paying for divorces and stuff like that. I don't know. But
That's
she
crazy.
saw that she was taking care of everybody else, but her best friend was struggling, and she said that, it's not your responsibility or whatever she's telling. But the response from B. Simone was just like, Jesus, like, it wasn't her. Like
she was hearing all these things for the first time.
Yeah, like, so people are taking that, and they're like, there's no way that B. Simone is a good friend, especially to her best friend who was struggling, but she didn't even lend a hand to help at all.
I mean, it does sound a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one thing if she didn't know.
Yeah.
It's a completely different thing if she knew. And like you said, she's out here helping everybody else and you didn't even offer.
Yeah.
And then one other way to look at it, I could see if she knew and she offered, but the friend was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I don't think that sounds like the case.
Yeah. I forgot I'm not even gonna mention the other part because I don't remember exactly what B. Simone said, but it was kind of like she was looking at certain people. She said that something about good people came to her, but she was like kind of like, oh wait, like what you need me for? Yeah. So yeah, everybody's taking that clip and kind of like, please don't ever bring me a best friend like that. Like, please don't let this best friend ever find me. Like, never.
I mean,
now the B. Simone is not obligated.
No, she's not
obligated to do.
You're right.
And
it didn't sound. The friend wasn't even holding it against her. It's like she was like,
yeah.
She probably at one point felt some type of way. It sounded like she was saying, like she had to work to not resent her. So
yeah,
she did obviously feel some type of way at some point. But then she changed her perspective.
Yeah,
and was saying like she had to go through that. Like kind of, she put it on God pretty much. It was like, I had to go through that to get where he needed me to be or something.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, then that's the case. But if that's not the case and she just had to flip it that way to give herself peace, it's like, that's, come on, be friend.
Yeah.
So do you think that is a sign of a bad friend or a best friend?
It's a red flag. It's a red flag. Yeah, it's a red flag.
I don't think I can know, because like you're going through like that and then not offer. Like she got her car repossessed. She had to like move back in with her mother or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. There was even another part in the episode where the best friend, I guess, got an opportunity. And I guess B. Simone, instead of being happy for her at first, she was kind of like, oh, okay. Like, it was, like, real dry. And then B. Simone stated that she called her best friend back and was just like, hey, so I do feel some type of way that you got this opportunity. And I felt like, I felt bad about it. So I just want to call and tell you, and I'm sorry of how I responded or whatever, which is pretty, was nice of her to do. But her reason was because she wants to do stuff with people, like make money together and do the opportunity together. Yeah. But in my mind, it's like, it's not about you. This is also the best friend. Yeah. She got this opportunity.
I agree.
So because you wanted to work with her in that opportunity, you wanted to respond dry?
Right.
Or you feel some type of way?
Right.
After you didn't help her, she's now got an opportunity to get full help.
Lord. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. I mean, I agree. I do feel like it's human. Sometimes, like, I feel like two things can be true at one time. You can be excited for your friend and also feel some type of way about it. Like if you were wanting the same thing for yourself or whatever. Yeah. I feel like in those moments, though, it's your job to not put that on them. Don't steal the moment. Like, be excited for your friend in that moment. And then if it comes up later, sure, you can tell them how it felt. But yeah, like, don't take away from their moment and like ruin the excitement. Yeah. Just because you feel some, like, that is selfish, I think.
It is.
Like, you got to move yourself out the way. Yeah. And, be excited, even if even if it's something you want for yourself. Yeah. But at least she realized it, right? I feel like that's good that she realized it and corrected it. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad her best friend is doing better, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Could it be that they're not really best friends? Like, or like the best friend, like maybe B. Simone is her best friend, but she's not B. Simone's best friend.
Yeah. Maybe. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is definitely an interesting situation. It does definitely sounds wild, like yikes. Yeah. But anyway,
get together, y'all.
Speaking of B. Simone, while we're here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
First, you mentioned her podcast. And let's see. To me, I didn't watch the original. I don't
see clips.
Watch it, but I have noticed, from like the titles and whenever stuff does pop up, it does seem like she's gone in more of a Jesus direction. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's... Well, is that the case? Well, you didn't watch either, so you...
Yeah, I haven't watched.
Well, I can still ask her. Do you think it's authentic, or does it seem like because that's what's popular, or because that work is what worked for her former co-host, is like, let me hop on this too?
You know what? I don't know.
Okay.
And the only reason why I'm like looking at her sideways just a little bit is because, I saw a clip in one of the old podcasts with Megan, and how she mentioned that, I took a bath today for the 4th time in a row. I guess I
saw that clip. She doesn't shower all the time.
Okay.
Or so she didn't used to.
So she mentioned that, I've taken a shower for the 4th time in a row today, and Megan was like, yeah, no, you didn't take a bath today. She was, well, I didn't need to or whatever. And she had mentioned that, everybody's basically in an uproar, and but everybody being in an uproar and listening to what her saying she's not taking a bath and all that stuff is making her products and stuff sell. So please keep going. Please keep going. Please, I beg of you. I beg of thee is what she said. I beg of thee. Keep going.
Wow.
Keep going. So just stuff like that. It just
it could make you think she's just picking whatever is working, whatever she can monetize in the moment.
Yeah. Now, prayerfully, I hope that she's not, and I hope that she is actually
authentic.
Yes.
And legit in herself.
And she's really serious about her journey. I really hope she is. But it's not looking like it.
Oh, man. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't watch, and I didn't watch either version, so I can't weigh in too much. I did notice, because somebody asked me, like, did I think that's what was up? But I can't give a full-on yes or no because I don't follow her.
I don't.
I never followed her, like, even like when she was doing whatever, because she got popular. It was like, "Where's my boyfriend?" or whatever.
Oh yeah, I never watched it.
I don't follow her. Like, the most I saw her was on Wildin' Out. Whenever I watched that. So yeah, I can't say whether or not her journey is more for public consumption than authenticity, or if her podcast, if like she's picking these topics just because they're relevant, or like this is really what she's interested. I don't know, but I can say I did notice the difference after the switch. Okay, now with that being said, let's see. A lot of people question her motives and her authenticity. So sometimes I do wonder if they're just coming at her just because they don't like her, or it's like she can't do anything right. It's like anything she does, people have something to say no matter what she does.
You know what? I really don't. I think you have to be doing something for somebody to say something, because there's a lot of people out here that does like just out here as a celebrity or whatever, and they don't get the same attention and being talked about like that as much as the ones that kind of do something or something happens. But it's like her name keeps popping up.
Yeah. So I know one thing she ended up in hot water for was she did some event, some prayer, something. She was up there praying in pretty much biker shorts and short biker shorts and an oversized blazer.
Now it was cute, but
like not for the moment. Yeah. Not for church.
Not for that. Because I didn't even know she had shorts on.
Oh yeah, that's
until she kind of like turned around. Now again, cute outfit. I would wear it. Not the church.
Got it.
So not no church event, not church anything, not Jesus, nothing. I wouldn't wear that. That would be like a day party. In like a upscale event, something.
Gotcha.
But not.
So it's like some people is like, girl, you know better. She's just doing all this for attention, or she shouldn't have done that. And then some people is like, at least she was praying. What more do you want from her? But like, cool, good job for praying. But I do feel like at some point you do learn what is and isn't appropriate. At least when you're gonna be in front of people. It depends on what you're doing. Now, if you was just there, I think things change for me. It changes more once you're gonna be up in front of people.
Yeah. Somebody said, I don't even know who said it, but it was like, when did being or following Christ become like doing the bare minimum? Like, oh, it's like you do a little bit of this, but or doing now, take all that. No, that's what the basis is or supposed to be.
Yeah.
But instead, people are kind of like dumbing it down.
So that's interesting you say that. I've had this thought for a while. It's like, it seems like in our efforts to be relevant, we may have lost some of our reverence. It's like, and in efforts to be relevant and relatable, we've lost our reverence. So it's like we want to make it safe, and you want the people to come, but it's like, but then you're also getting some standards, sure. Rules and standards you can relax on, but it's like we're getting too relaxed in some areas for the sake of welcoming in. But it's like, there are some things you should feel uncomfortable about. There are some things you should need to adjust.
Following Christ is uncomfortable. There is no comfortability. I couldn't get it out. Jesus.
That's fine.
In the walk with Christ. What is that? The road is narrow?
That is what this has said.
Or the path is narrow.
It can be a road.
Look, go look at your Bible. Don't take.
But like, there's nothing if you're not changing anything. Like it's like, what's the difference? Like, what really changed? Or like, if you're still you, because then if you're not changing anything, that means you was cool already. I guess. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. And there's something else that I've heard her say. Like, I think it was on the last podcast. It's like when she said she was changing, but hey, I might cuss a little bit. Hey, just give me a moment. Give me a moment to change. And it's like, but you gotta, yes. You don't just change like that. You don't. It's practice. You gotta die to yourself every day, every second. Okay, you have to die to yourself every second. But it's like, but also be intentional though. Yeah, be intentional.
Some people use the "he's still working on me" as an excuse.
He know my heart
to cut up.
I know, that's why he's trying to change it. He knows your heart. That's why he's trying to change it. But
So I feel like it's the hot between. It's like, okay, give her grace, be patient. She's trying, and then there's the some is like, she Absolutely know better. Not. What are you doing? Right. So I wonder, is like, has she put this microscope on herself, and then like, so are some people just being too hard on her, or is she doing some things where it's like, girl.
Now, here's what I will say. If she's a new Christian, was it her or Megan that said one of their parents are a minister?
Yeah, her parents or her I think that was like her somebody's church grandfather. Somebody's a pastor.
So with knowing whichever one it is, with knowing that, it's like, I don't know. I am saying give some. Well, we have to give grace and give grace to new Christians, but don't, instead of being very judgmental, because we can be very judgmental. We can, but maybe coach her, maybe give her some guidance, maybe like pull her aside, maybe, I don't know if she even accept that. But
her father's a pastor.
Y'all know better, right? Because your father is a pastor. So, like...
Yeah.
So, to me, it's like you're rebelling to be...
Yeah.
Because I know you was probably taught.
And then even if you weren't living it and weren't following it, you know what you saw growing up. So you know what's expected, even if you don't always agree. Because like, I
can't speak of, she can.
And listen, now I don't know the dynamic with her daddy, but if she grew up in the house and grew up going to the church, she learned the expectations of a church person. Yeah. Now, are some of the expectations much? I just bit my tongue.
That was the Lord. That's
are some expectations extreme, or some churches' rules and guidelines like, hey, now for what? But you still have an idea. So like, I would never at anybody's church, even like modern day church. Some church now is like way more casual than the church I grew up in, but I'm not doing that. Like, and then especially if you're presenting, if you're speaking, if you're tasked with praying or something, like, so this is just a rule in general. I was taught, I don't know from where, I heard it somewhere, but it's like, if you're presenting or anything, if you're going to be up in front of people, you should always be like a step above your audience. That's
understandable.
So that alone, I think of that. Even when whenever I go, somebody asks me to come help them sing or something, even if it's like a super casual environment, I'm still you're going to know, like, unless the vibe is just everybody's doing the things, like. But then still, I'm not gonna just come up in there I'm not wearing shorts to church.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Especially not like the kind of shorts I like to wear. Like,
I want to be like, hey, you should know this, but maybe some people just don't know. But
some people don't. I feel like because it's her though,
she should know.
And like I said, because like I said, I don't know nothing about this lady. Like, I was just saying her grandfather was the pastor, and that's because I heard that somewhere else. So, but, and like I said, I don't know the dynamic. Maybe she didn't grow up with her daddy in his church.
Yeah, so let me stop saying she should.
But
know.
I'm just saying, if it's the case where she was raised in it or around it, she should have a better idea of what's acceptable and what's not. Yeah. But my thing is, if she wore that, maybe she clearly saw nothing wrong with it. And I don't know why, like, for whatever reason, she saw nothing wrong with it. But I don't think people are wrong. Okay. I don't think people are wrong for saying something about it. Now, if they go the hateful route or the bashing route, then that's when it gets wrong.
Absolutely not. Yes.
If you're going to correct her with grace and love and, all that. Same way you want somebody, like, all these videos and you people, like, publicly calling her out and saying she's doing too much and she, like, if she's genuinely trying and like she meant no harm or whatever. But yeah, I just feel like at some point, learning or not, like at some point you learn what's acceptable and what's expected, and that's just like it will work. Like, you pull up somewhere and see, maybe we don't dress like this anymore. Like, you get away with it the first day because you're new, and then you start making it. And that's with anything. You see certain behaviors, or you start following Jesus if it's new to you, and you start working on getting rid of certain behaviors, or learning what's expected.
Yeah, and see, I would think that if you are like truly trying to like go this route, like I think that you would reach out and ask questions, like you be intentional about doing that. Like, hey, or maybe you're right. Maybe people are not convicted when it comes to clothing going to church, because everybody wear whatever now. Yeah, like back in the day. I'm saying back in the day, like, we're not old. I'm just saying, like,
there has been a shift in the church culture, though. Yeah, absolutely.
Now it's like, we could wear jeans, t-shirts. Then we got the little rocker looking look and the preppy look. Like, you can wear anything you want to.
And I don't fault the casual churches.
Yeah. Because we're a casual church. I go to a casual church.
I'm about to say, y'all are a casual church.
Yeah, we
still dress up on Sunday.
Yes.
Like, we're a little more, like, I wear sneakers on 4th Sundays. I've made that rule for myself.
We wear sneakers every Sunday. So
I could, but it feels... I'm like, I gotta dress up most of the time. Like,
and it's a mixture, because our older folks, they will dress up. Like, they come. But like us, my generation, like, we'll come in graphic tees, jeans. Now
just looking regular.
Yeah, but we still come presentable though. We don't come like we don't do like the holes in the jeans and shorts. I don't think I've seen anybody with shorts.
Yeah.
Except like little babies.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still are presentable.
Yeah.
Respectful.
I dress up on Sundays. Now you catch me if I gotta go to a weekday service. You never know. I still don't got on jeans, probably because I don't know the rules of the church, or. But.
Yeah, and then you follow the rules of the church.
Also that, yeah, that was even okay.
And if you don't know, then just dress up.
Pick something safe, happy medium.
Right.
So that was actually a thing when we first started singing and going places as Triple Dip, and it's like. We would run into some churches where the standard was still the girls wear skirts, and it's like we don't want to wear that. But we had to like learn. It's like you still gotta respect the house rules pretty much.
Yeah.
Even if that's not your vibe or whatever. Yeah, you still that's just like so. A lot of preachers and people like to use this argument. I don't necessarily condone it in all cases, but it works right here. Going to court or whatever, you're gonna dress how they tell you to dress.
You absolutely gonna dress up.
You're gonna dress up.
So look innocent.
So a lot of people be like, if you can dress up for court, you can dress up for church.
Exactly.
Which is true.
Going on a interview.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays people don't even do that anymore.
But it's like when certain situations require it, you do it with no problem. So why do you have such a problem?
Because it's Jesus. It's Jesus' house.
Yeah.
That's why.
But yeah, that was a genuine question. Is her sitch genuine, like, or is she clout chasing?
I don't know anymore.
And then
I'm kind of in the middle.
Are people just being like? Is she like doing some things? Is like okay, like side eye worthy, but are people being super hard on her? And like I don't have the answer to that because
there's some side eye.
Okay.
There's some side eye. And then some people are being rude.
Okay.
Now some people may have a good point, but being rude at the same time, ain't
delivery.
Nobody gonna receive that.
Yeah.
At any time.
Does publicly announcing or making this your brand, like, oh, I'm trying to do right, I'm focusing on my relationship with Jesus, does that open you up to extra criticism? Because it's like now everybody's watching you. It's like, but I thought you had said.
Yes, and only because people think, even within the church, people think that we are supposed to be perfect, that we are not supposed to do anything horribly bad, and that we are supposed to be boring and just Christian, just no fault, like you can't do nothing wrong. Okay, so yes, that does open her up to more criticism, and unfortunately, I hate that.
Yeah,
because we're not supposed to, like, we can judge, but it's not judging in a way where it's going to push somebody away from Christ. We need to pull them towards us. So it's like, judge, but pray for them. Like, don't. Yeah.
So I don't even know if judge is the word. I know what you mean, but I don't know if judge is the word. But hopefully I know what you mean. Like, not judge, but observe.
I need my Bible. About to go find.
Observe and speak on whatever. If it's the right. Yeah. Like, correction is a thing. Now I don't know if everybody has license, not even like physical license, but not everyone has the right to just be out here correcting everybody.
I think and you know what? I think that's what I'm not even gonna say it because like I said, I need to have my Bible because I don't want to turn no words.
Okay.
The wrong way.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm not gonna twist his words at all.
Okay.
But yes, observe. I'll find it in the next episode. I'll bring it back to you. But
come on, Bible study.
I'm thinking that and this is me, not Jesus. Okay. I think judge is the observe part.
That's what I'm
Not
saying.
like-
No. So I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, people hear judge and they're like,
So
I was like, maybe not the word judge.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but
God.
you're right. Everybody don't know. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Just read your Bibles.
Um,
Don't even take our word for it. Find it for yourself. Read
Absolutely.
it for yourself.
So what so I guess,
you.
So what I was saying is like, you got to be open to receive correction, but people also have to watch how they talking to people and how they are doing when they can call themselves correcting. Because one, it may not necessarily be your place to correct that person.
He not calling everybody to.
Like, I feel like there has to be a certain level of familiarity or relationship to even make correction possible. Yeah. I just saw when I was looking to see like who was the pastor in her family, somebody posted something and said, "Is B Simone the lady Mike Todd, the lady version of Mike Todd?"
Yikes!
Yeah. Which. That's a whole thing.
That's a whole nother.
So that's the thing. So many people, two things. Some people have built their brands on, I'm a Christian. That is their identity. It should be. But but they made it their brand. Like they base all their content around it. It's like a Christian girl goes to the mall. Like it's like literally, and some are literally that extreme. Christian nail salon. It's like, or you're just a nail salon owner that just happens to be, it's like
you believe in Jesus.
They build their whole brand around it, and then it makes it so then when they do something wild, it's like now.
Like, see, look. Now you giving off this persona,
or they give off a persona and give people the wrong idea, like, oh, this is what life is supposed to be like. So they make things sometimes seem unattainable. They make like Christian living seem so extreme, or like, and like, so some people see it as unattainable, or like, I can't do that because it doesn't look like that. Yeah. So there's those people, and then there's also people that make their brand out of always constantly calling out Christian influencers, preachers, singers. It's like that's what I'm here to set the record straight. They are false.
On blast.
They don't follow Jesus. They are, it's like, why is that your brand?
Somebody just talked about that and I forgot who it was, and I was like, gosh, Lee, yes.
It's like all that. Like, you already know something happened somewhere. They're gonna be talking about, and look what y'all's favorite pastor did. Look what, and it's like, why is that? If you are also a true follower of Jesus or a Christian or whatever, that shouldn't be your main thing either. Like, because now the people that don't do church, don't do God, or like, you're just giving them fuel for their argument. That's why I don't go to that church. That's why I don't follow no. So everybody needs to sit down
and read your Bible and look at the characteristics of how Jesus is, God is, and how we supposed to be operating out of the fruit of the Spirit. Okay.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Absolutely.
In Galatians somewhere.
6:22.
I can tell you what they are.
Did I make that up? Is it not? Oh no, that's the armor. Wait, Ephesians is 6. Ephesians.
Did I give the wrong book?
No, I think I gave you the numbers for the armor of God.
Oh,
Galatians is fruit of the Spirit.
Galatians, love.
Come on,
joy,
Vacation Bible School,
peace, patience,
5,
goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, kindness, and self-control. Are y'all operating out of those things? If you're not, look, we're not perfect. None of us are perfect. We all mess up. But let's practice. Let's be intentional. I was right. Galatians 5:19-21.
5:22. No, it's 5 and 22. Yeah. So
look
I said
at me retaining.
Come on, Jesus.
I better retain.
Hey guys, like my shirt? That's me on my shirt wearing my Fayetteville Logic hoodie. How cool is that? I'm sure you see me wear Faith Over Logic t-shirts and hoodies quite often, so I figured why not tell you a little more about it. So Faith Over Logic is my faith-based apparel brand. You can find it at faithoverlogic.com. The goal is to give you a wearable way to encourage yourself and others to trust God more than you need for things to make sense according to your own logic, because it won't always make sense. So your faith needs to outweigh your need for things to make sense. We have the hoodies, we have sweatshirts, we have t-shirts, we've got hats, leggings, all kinds of things. Multiple ways for you to go out and share your faith and look good while doing it. There's also a blog over there where every once in a while I try to drop something encouraging or inspirational. So you can check that out if you like. Subscribe to the blog, get your merch, share with your friends, all of the things. Find everything you need at www.faithoverlogic.com. Now let me double check my yeah.
But no, seriously, like
6 and
people
10,
really need
Jesus.
to maybe do a refresher course or something and look at like the characteristics and how Jesus operated.
Oh,
like he wasn't going around just.
He was more chill than a lot of the people nowadays.
And he chilled with people who weren't Christians.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't doing people like that, like, you know, and just
the people the people that other people thought he shouldn't hang with or talk to, he was over there with.
You know,
and you draw more people in that way than just telling them they going to hell or they always wrong or
like how what you do and how you carry yourself is supposed to give light to these people and supposed to bring them in. How you live and how you treat people and how you carry yourself is supposed to draw people in, not the other way around. You going like if you're not called to just go hang with people.
Oh yeah, we're not telling you to just be out there.
Yeah, he was special. Okay, he could do it. He had self-control. He could do it. He wasn't going in and being influenced. He was influencing. Okay, so
speaking of influencers.
Look at Jesus working. Hallelujah.
So the people, it seems like that's a popular thing now. It's like ChristianTok. It's like, well, we already talked about how like it's yappers and stuff, but like the whole Christian aesthetic, and it's like, this is my prayer time, this is my study. It's like it seems like there's a flood of that type of content now.
Yes.
And I wonder, is it authentic and genuine? Like, is it that like people are like a lot of people are just locking in and deciding to document and maybe sharing for the purpose of helping others, or are people hopping on the bandwagon because it's popular content right now? Like, oh, I can make this cool aesthetic, you know, like I can make it look pretty and structured. And
now you know what? Even though some people may be just, I'm just gonna do the aesthetic. Mm-hmm. It may still lead somebody.
Yeah.
Which that's what I don't mind about it. That's what I don't mind about it. But I don't know. I just wish people would take this more serious.
Well, I think some are. I've heard this complaint is like people are making it look perfect and calm, or because they've created some like aesthetic. It's like the Christian girl aesthetic or Christian guy aesthetic.
It just looks so peaceful.
Well, yeah, and it's like that, but it's like, so I've heard some people share their concern. It's like, y'all are doing this, and then so people that don't know no better, they think it has to look like that. They have to, have the look, a certain look, or these certain tools, and it's like they feel like if they don't have that, they're not doing it right.
And it's all ice cream and sprinkles.
Yeah, but like that, so it's like they're in for a rude awakening. That is not always easygoing, but also in the same thing, like on the surface level, they feel like if it doesn't look like their favorite influencer, like
you can lose them real quick.
Like they feel like they're doing something wrong,
or that.
That's the complaint I heard, and like I hadn't even thought of that, but I was like, well, yeah, like if you're telling them, oh, this is the way to study, and like that way just doesn't work for them, now they feel like they're failing at studying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So I think it's just important to be careful what message you're putting out. Really, like, do what you want. If your aesthetic is your aesthetic, like, because 9 times out of 10, some of these people, like, that's just your aesthetic in general, like the way you like stuff set up. It just so happen you're applying it to your study habits or your prayer life. People showing off their prayer closets and whatnot. Now, somebody said this is the way more people are just posting videos of them in their prayer time. Because my thing is, you set that camera up. I do content. I know, like, are you really catching this in the moment, or did you? Let me put the camera up now. Let me,
Yeah.
But anyway, I've seen some say like people doing that is kind of like I think they use a different word, but it's kind of like what the Pharisees and Sadducees is like, because theirs was all show and no real substance.
Performance.
So it's performative. And I was like, yikes, I didn't even think of that. Because, like, I feel like some people are doing it to encourage others, too. But then I'm like, but how many, or even if that's your goal and intention, is it still not performative?
Yeah.
Because you can have good intentions and still be off in some things. I just never thought of that, and I heard that, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, it makes you think. Hey.
But then at the same time, are you not just using the tools of today to like reach more people? Like,
yeah, I guess it just depends on your
motive.
I was about to say morals.
That's
Jesus.
Like,
Your motive.
Okay.
And only God knows that.
Very true. That's with any of this. Is it for clout or I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. And none of us knows for real. Okay. Only God knows your intention and your motive behind it, your heart behind it. And I just say that if your motives are good and your heart is good and you truly want to lead people to Christ, hey, by all means, continue, give some disclaimers or something. I don't know. Let them know, hey, this is not easy. It is not ice cream and sprinkles over here. Okay. I know everybody think that Christianity or following Christ is easy peasy and we're perfect. It is not. Okay. Jesus' journey wasn't even easy. Okay. When he had to die for us. So
he didn't want to do that.
He didn't want to do it.
He did ask, can I come? Can we not do this?
Okay.
But then he said, if I must.
He had self-control because he could have easily came off that cross.
He could have.
And just
show him a
But he had he cared about us.
He could have flexed.
He could have flexed real hard. He could have shown what it was really about. Okay? But
he was like, "How y'all playing? Watch this.
Watch this, guys. I got you. Oh, you want to lie on me? You want to spit on me? You trying to whoop me? Let me. Yeah. But it's not easy. Just put it out there for the people who think that following Christ is, in I guess what some people have put out there. It is not easy, but it is worth it. Okay? So, yeah, just be careful what y'all put out there. Just think. Just have your heart posture right, please. We don't want nobody get in trouble. What you got to say?
Well, no, I was just trying to think. I was like, when you say following Jesus isn't easy, I think the act of following is just the life you have to live is the part that's not easy. Like,
are we making it homework?
That's why I was like, it doesn't have to be hard. Like, because I've heard something before. Yeah, it's like people are making it harder than it has to be.
Yeah, I guess because you have to.
I think you're right in saying
he's pruning and he's getting rid of the things he's improving you in how he wants you to be. And some things you have to die to. Some things you can't do anymore. Some things you have to let go of. And so sometimes that can be hard for people.
So I think the process. And I think you're right in saying like life doesn't automatically become easy just because you follow Jesus.
Yeah.
That.
Right. That.
But following Jesus, follow him. They just decide to, like, I think that part, making the decision and, like, coming to Jesus, like, even, like, people make prayer harder than it has to be, like, all of that. That's the only thing I'm like, well, following Jesus isn't hard. It's the changes in living life and, like, and then if you're expecting life to be perfect automatically just because, then that's when you are up for disappointment.
And any changes is uncomfortable.
You
getting fits is uncomfortable. You gotta make changes. You
sacrifice stuff.
You have to sacrifice, and and I'm not on here trying to like push nobody away from like, oh, we don't want to. Please do. It's more peaceful over here. You have some peace and joy
and then
in the midst of everything that's happening.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Even when stuff isn't great, you can still find some sort of peace because you have Jesus.
Yes, it's like you have a different perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you now are looking at it from how he would look at it, and you have his desires and all of the things, and it's like your perspective just becomes.
Yeah, and ultimately you have him on your side in whatever you're in.
Yeah, so it was like, oh, I got somebody got my back.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna change.
Yeah,
whatever. And even if it doesn't, God is still good.
Even if it doesn't, that is like one of my favorite. I like the three them Hebrew boys in the fiery furnace. He was like, they was like, our God will come get us out of here if we're supposed to be out of here. And even if he doesn't.
Hey.
Listen.
Jesus.
He's still God. And he's still good. Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out which question I want to ask. We've talked about people, there's a difference in correcting and protecting out of love and just being messy. We've covered that. People's journeys, that's up to them and God. Some of them look a little clout chasing. Hopefully they're all genuine. And then even if they're not genuine in the beginning, hopefully I hop on them in the process. Okay. Okay. I feel like some people use their platforms, they package it as inspiring and encouraging, but instead they're manipulating. It's like, and you're using that way and you're preying on innocent people, and it's like you get a hold of them early and you twist up, and it's like you just manipulate them into believing.
That's just not say maleficent. Like, what she got to do with this? I'm just like,
but you end up manipulating the sitch, and I'm like, do people realize that's what they're doing? Well, I'm sure some absolutely realize that's what they're doing. But that just goes back to being careful how you present, what you're presenting, who you targeting, are you targeting, and your motives.
And then God give you that assignment.
Also that, because of that.
Did he give you that assignment?
Okay. There we go.
Are we listening?
So yes, absolutely. And also on the flip side, we're talking about how people are constantly putting out, oh, I'm Christian this, or Christian looks like this, or as a Christian you should. Like, they've put out all this, they've built these Christian brands. But on the other side, there are people deconstructing and denouncing and all of that. And so my question is, like, are they genuine, or is like that, I'm not giving up on God, I'm just tapping out on church or stuff. So my question is, like, are they really like on a journey to truly get to know God, or are they just picking and choosing which parts? It's because, like, some people's like, oh, I don't do.
I feel like people are picking and choosing parts, because if you really truly was following, you would know that he encourages community. He encourages community. He encourages us to be in church. So it's like, you like, I ain't going there.
Or even when you like mention like certain habits, and I'm not here to say which habits need to go and which ones can stay. I'm just saying in general, it's like some people use that. It's like, well, it's between me and God, which it is, but it's like, are people using that just to pick and choose which things they're gonna abide by and follow, or is it truly like they're just trying to work things out and understand stuff better?
Pick and choosing.
Okay, and then. Are some people just tapping out on certain things because they're just tired of the performance side of what some church has become?
That could be true, because there's a lot of performances happening. It is. But then again, don't tap out. Find a church or a pastor who is actually teaching. You know, I'm just going to use myself as an example. Like, I was listening to certain pastors or whatever, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah. But then the more I was listening, I'm like, I haven't even opened my Bible to a passage.
So it's more of an inspirational speech.
Yeah. I'm like, now I got all these notes, about me, and what I could do and what I could do and how I'm going to make it and all that stuff. But I don't have no...
Where's the biblical backing?
Yeah. I don't have no passage, no Bible, nothing. So instead of me like, I'm giving up on church altogether. No.
None of these preachers be talking about nothing, so I'm not going to listen to none of them.
I know you.
Know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're talking about, but there's some... But I looked for, just listened to different pastors until I found one that was like, okay, this one preaches by the Bible, okay, speaks, and they stick to that, and it's not performative or whatever the case. And it is helping me. It is bringing me closer to God. It is, making me think about the things that I do. I am convicted, whatever. Then I'll listen to that. And I only listen to about 4 now.
That's right. I think it's cool it's cool to not have a big number, because then you just got all this from everywhere, and you got that's too much information to be trying to process.
Yeah.
And it could be conflicting information.
Absolutely. Now usually like the ones that I do listen to, they, I'm not gonna say somehow, no, that's meant to be, but they connect. Everything's connected about either the same topic or something in there that I'm like, oh, I just heard that, just like I just heard that, and it's all like, I'm like, oh, so this is something I really need to pay attention to. But don't give up fully. Find somebody else that that may help you. I don't know, but don't give up on it fully.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, it is true, your journey is your journey, your relationship is your relationship, but also don't tap out on some of the necessary things that could help you. Yeah. And like you said, if you're over it in one area, like if you notice performance stuff and that's like you're over that, then go find one that's
a non-performative. There's a lot of them out here. There's smaller churches.
I'm about to say there are still regular
Baptist choir robes. They are still out here. Testimony sections,
devotional service.
Sunday school. We still got them out here.
Yeah. So
interceding. They're still out here. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's just a tricky thing with social media, just in general, like, and like wondering if someone is genuine or just looking for views and likes and engagement. That's in any field. It could be even like
stuff is not
real
out here,
right? It's like and it's like you got to filter through that now as well. It's like, is that really in the Bible?
Is your discernment,
So
is it in the Bible? Match it to the word. See if it matches.
And then you even mentioned conviction, like people telling you something's wrong, but like if you some things are wrong for other people that, that's not a thing for you. And then the other way around, some things you can't do that is not an issue for other people. So like, yeah. Last question. I'm pretty sure I heard this mentioned somewhere. I wouldn't have come up with this myself. I don't think. Well, I could have. Come on, brain. But I think this came from something I heard someone say, is like this rise of spiritual entrepreneurs is just exploitation. It's like, but my thing is like, well, yes, if you're targeting only, come on, words. If you're preying on the vulnerability,
I gotta see what you about
I don't know.
to get away.
I don't know. Like as a leader in church, you know what people are dealing with. So if you're targeting these topics or things just to, you prey on their emotions to get them to give. Like I think that's when it's exploitation. But if God really gave you a book to write and you sell it, I think that's inspiration. Like, so I feel like it can turn into exploitation. That's so.
It's like when everybody started doing relationship stuff.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I'm like, so y'all know everybody want to be in a relationship.
Yes, it's like they prey on that. Like, so then they build all these relationship conferences or singles conferences where they tell you how to get a husband or whatever, or because that be the main focus. They are so obsessed with women finding husbands, but they don't really be worried about the dudes finding wives. All they tell him is he's finding a wife, finding a good thing, and they taking and leaving. But it's like, you need a man, go find your husband. This how you get one. And then when you get him, this how you get. It's like there's so much more focus. That's not what this rant was supposed to be.
It was close to what,
but like that's So it's like, so stuff like that. People, they know that's a thing, and like that has been a cultural. Is like, oh, so then that's something they focus on, like, or finances. If you twist it in a way to manipulate them into giving, then you're exploiting your people.
You'll get blessed on this day.
If
you sow.
That's what I was about to say.
Of money.
Yeah, like stuff like
in the
that.
Next couple seconds.
And now you're traveling, doing conferences and revivals under that message. Traveling, and you're just traveling from church to church collecting offering. And people still, when they get home, dealing with the same stuff. I feel like that's when it becomes exploitation. I don't think all spiritual entrepreneurs are I feel like, because I do feel like God has created people, and he's like giving them certain knowledge to help other people and like pay them for their work. What I was gonna say, exploitation. When I was trying to think, when you were talking, the man that be selling the holy water, like that is that's exploitation.
Oh, man.
Some of these preachers that have written books that are actually helpful, that were like God breathed, or I think that's just inspiration. Like, so I think that's the difference. I don't think you automatically, that ain't legit. Like, why would he give them the gift of to like use this knowledge and these words? Like, these people go to school and all that, just like some of us do. Like, like, how is another author not seen as an exploiter, but just because this is a pastor, now it's a problem?
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of like offering and stuff, I saw somebody do a video where it was like, how people complain about pastors asking for money, or there's an offering period in the church. And they were like, what we need the money for anyway.
Keep the church running.
That's basically what she did. She went down the list of things of why the church needs to receive an offering or tithe, whatever the case, because it helps take care of the church. Now, I don't know about the pastors that be buying jets and stuff like that. Like, I don't know about that, but usually the money that comes to the church is to take care of the church and take care of the members of the church, the community, all of that,
Even if the pastor has a salary, most times in the right situations, most of the money is still for the church.
Yeah.
You can have nice things as a pastor.
Yeah.
And you can do well. Just because the person is successful doesn't mean all that money is coming from the church, especially if they have a job or other venues, like they're speakers or they're writers or like do music. Like the church is not the only source of money.
Is it how you make your money?
Do you
have multiple income forms of income?
And a lot of preachers still work. And then the ones that are doing salaries from church is because that is what they're there all day.
It's their job.
Like they coming to see you. They praying for you. They coming to your kids' stuff. They planning sermon series. Like especially like the preachers that have multiple services or they do content and stuff to help you. It's like they're there.
They got to get up early and preach all of these. Pay the man or woman.
Yeah.
Pay them.
Also that.
Lord.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with that? You get paid for your services.
True. They feel like because you should just be happy doing it for the Lord.
You know what? I can't stand that. Because nope. We gonna have self-control.
Yeah. I think social media, like we've been saying, like social media just adds an extra layer of complications. Like, so yeah, you have to identify what's a performance, what's authentic. We're not telling you to stop following your favorite Christian influencer or your favorite preacher. Like, just be mindful. And
if they not leading you to Christ, then
I'm just saying, just right now, we're not saying Christian influencers are bad and pastors shouldn't have social media. Like, that, some people may feel that way. That's not. It's just wild to see how popular it is, and it's cool if it's real. Like,
yes, that'll be
like that's dope.
Wonderful if everybody was. I'm like, okay, come on now.
Yeah,
you love Jesus too. Let's go.
It's just the concern for what's not real, and then who's following the not real, or getting caught up in that trap, or getting exploited, or whatever. And
we'll find out soon. Jesus is coming back. Golly. Oh man.
Lord.
Horrible.
But yeah.
Oh man. But y'all be safe out there. Use your discernment, y'all. We all got gifts. Use what he gave you. And be, do it honestly. With good motives. I guess. You don't be out here faking. It's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah, because then you're responsible for all the people you lead astray.
It says it in the Bible. Go find it. It tells you, honey. Oh, I got to find it. Ouch. That is so true.
Yeah. That's the same.
You
like
are
all these
responsible
preachers,
for the people that you...
Just like these preachers, because technically if you creating a platform, depending on how you're using it, you kind of putting yourself on that same level, because now you got these people following you and they're hanging on what you told them, what you showed them. That's on you. Somebody said sometimes you are the only Bible that some people will read.
Yes.
And then another way to say that, sometimes you are the only Jesus. No, you're not Jesus, but that they'll see. Like, you're the only reflection or representative. Let's say it that way.
We are all representatives of him.
So how are you doing that?
How you take care of your witness? Yikes. I didn't even think about that. Dang, you are responsible for the people that you... Y'all better be careful out there.
Yeah.
Be careful out there. Yikes. Oh, well, people don't think about that, though.
Especially if their goal is just engagement. They're not thinking, if
If
they just hopped on the trend for social media sake, I doubt that they thought about that. Listen, I have
maybe they don't know.
I have a whole faith-based brand, and I'm not just out here posting whatever just so y'all can come buy a hoodie. I will never.
Ever.
Like,
yeah,
you are responsible for what you telling people. That's, yeah.
I look, we want to see Jesus. we want our souls to be a good. Dang. Hallelujah. We hope we brought some people to Christ on this episode. And I'm sorry, was that it? I was like, yeah. Read your Bibles. We love y'all. Read your Bibles. I was about to go into business.
Okay. I was like, I didn't know if you were ending.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's what I'm like.
I'm just saying, read your Bibles, y'all. All the answers are in there. Anything you need to know is in there. I promise you. Every single thing. Okay? It's in there. Okay. This is the business spotlight. This is the business spotlight. This is the business spotlight. This is everybody joining. This is the business spotlight. Clap your hands.
I'm one of them non-participating congregation members.
Oh, Jesus. Business spotlight, y'all. Yeah.
Today's business spotlight is Takeyatime Detailing.
Take your time.
Where patience meets perfection.
Perfection.
It is auto detailing service. They offer shampoo, dirt removal, washing, interior buffing, and waxing. The goal is to demonstrate an outstanding level of customer service in auto detailing. They offer multiple package options.
Oh, God.
Y'all, my notes say pancake. Why?
I'm about to say, nope, read what you put.
I don't know how that happened, but
Oh, Jesus.
they offer
Like multiple pancakes. Where are we going to eat there?
Get your pancakes while you get your car washed.
It's a restaurant and a car wash. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my
Give me
goodness.
some pancakes while I get my car washed. I'm just playing.
They have
Okay.
multiple package options. You
Yes.
can check out the scheduling site for more details. It has like different services offered, bundled together. So definitely go check that out for the packages and the prices and all of that. They are located in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Fayetteville.
You can find them on Facebook at Takeyatime Detailing, and Take Your Time is all one word: TAKEYATIME. Take your time. Take your time. TIME. Take Your Time Detailing, and we will give you the link to the scheduling site. Again, that is Take Your Time Detailing, auto detailing service. Check them out.
Yes, get your pancakes. Also, that is hilarious. We just playing Take Your Time. We know y'all offer pancakes. That was just an error.
Unless you do, then
Now, let us know. We'll be there.
Listen.
Give us some pancakes.
Um,
That is the business spotlight, you guys. Make sure you comment. Well, thank you for listening to us one more time.
Absolutely.
Hey Fave. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all your peoples. And read your Bibles. Okay? Read your Bibles. It helps. It helps.
Yeah. Let us know how you feel about the rise in Christian influencers and the things happening on ChristianTok. We didn't get into beefs and stuff unnecessary, and which is wild. People calling out people, and when we should all be just working together to just bring people closer and tell them about Jesus. We out here and arguing with each other publicly.
You're like, they ain't serious.
Right.
Like,
but
gosh, Lee, we are representatives of him. We are doing a horrible job.
we didn't get the debate about gospel music that is happening right now. Is gospel dying? Should Glorilla have gotten a BET award?
This word never dies. What do y'all talk about?
And they just said the
Is
genre.
gospel dying?
The genre. They said the genre is,
not in my book. I still got gospel.
But
as long as y'all keep putting out these albums,
it's
never gonna die.
So there's a lot that we could have talked about. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode. But let us know what you think, your stance on the things we did talk about.
Maybe we'll talk about that next time.
Maybe.
Possibly.
We'll see. You have to stay tuned and tune in.
We'll see what the Lord tells us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Also, always. Yeah.
If it's His will, we'll be seeing y'all on the next episode. This got real Jesus-like real quick. Hallelujah. I love it. Okay?
Man.
We love Jesus. And we hope you do.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you get your highlighters in your book. Write some notes, honey. Study.
I thought you were telling me to bring that for the next episode. I'm like, we Bible study?
Hey, do y'all want a Bible study? Now, look.
I feel like that would be a bonus video. Well, it could be an episode. But anyway.
We won't lead you astray, as I ain't going to be responsible. Okay? Look. We preach straight Bible is what he said. We didn't say none of this. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace out.
Bye.